Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, March 2nd, 2015. My name is Cliff Backus, and I am the Chief Market Strategist for Push Button Stock Trading, and this is your daily video market review. Markets finished the month of February on a weak note, but overall, February was a great month for the bulls. For the month, the Nasdaq was up 7.1%, its best performance since January of 2012, while the S&P tacked on 5.5% for its best performance since October of 2011. What we're looking at here is a one-year view of the Nasdaq Composite. The reason we're looking at this is because I want to point out this trading channel that the composite is in. The trading channel is bracketed by this trend line and this resistance line. Why that's important? Bring this in a little bit, and we see that the market right now is bracketed between support down here in the 48.11 area and resistance at that upper channel line. I don't anticipate that the market gets to that upper channel line before we see some sort of correction. We see that on Friday, the Nasdaq Composite was down 24.36 points, or just about 0.5%. We closed at the bottom of our daily trading range, and trading volume was heavier than it was the prior day. Market being down on heavier volume is the definition of distribution, and we see that we added a distribution day to our distribution count on Friday. On Friday, we also lost a distribution day. As we know, the further we get away from distribution, the less important it is, and we stop counting it after a month. And so the market right now is in a confirmed uptrend. We've been in a confirmed uptrend since January 8th. We have a total of 4 distribution days over that period of time. We have 7 accumulation days on the Nasdaq, and so we have a lot more accumulation than we do distribution. That's a bullish sign, and so I don't think that the market's in any real trouble here, although I do think that at some point we need some sort of a correction to consolidate the gains that we've had. This has been a pretty significant run-up over the past month, and I think that probably the market's due for a bit of a correction, a bit of a pullback. Right now on our 1 to 6 month timing model, we are on a buy signal. Let's jump over and take a look at the S&P 500. Again, with the S&P 500, what we're looking at is a one-year chart. We're looking at the trading channel in the S&P 500. We see we have trend line support right here. We have upper channel line resistance right there. And moving in a little bit closer, we see that the S&P 500 is bracketed by weak support in the 2094 area and resistance at its upper channel line. Coming in a little bit closer, we see that on Friday, the S&P 500 was down 6.24 points, or 0.30%. It also closed at the bottom of its daily trading range, which tends to be more bearish than bullish. Trading volume was significantly heavier than the prior day, and was also above average. Higher trading volume on a lower close gives us a distribution day. We also, like the NASDAQ Composite, lost a distribution day due to age on Friday. And so we still have 3 distribution days on the NASDAQ, we still have 3 distribution days on the S&P 500. We have 6 accumulation days as in the past month. And so we're still fairly bullish on the S&P 500. Looking at our 1 to 6 month timing model, we see that we have a buy rating on the S&P 500. We are in a confirmed uptrend. We have been since January 8th. Taking a quick look at our MACD histogram, we see that the MACD histogram is trading above the 0 line, which is bullish, but we're in a pronounced downtrend at this point, which is bearish. Because we have a bullish and a bearish signal, we have a neutral immediate bias on the S&P 500. I'd like to get down in the weeds a little bit today and talk about some of the stocks that we're keeping an eye on for some of our more aggressive traders. First stock I want to look at is a company called Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm operates 1,225 and franchises 136 Mattress Firm stores in 35 states, with plans to open another 145 to 165 in the 2015 fiscal year. You can see that Mattress Firm has been in a downtrend. I like this trend line that we've drawn in here. Aggressive traders can buy a break above that trend line and set their immediate stops 3 to 5% below the trend line. More conservative traders may want to wait for a break of this resistance in the 63.42 area, and very conservative traders may want to wait for a break of this 71.82 area on heavy volume. Next stock I want to take a look at. Inogen Inc. manufactures portable oxygen concentrators for patients suffering from chronic respiratory conditions. The stock has formed kind of an interesting basing pattern. You have a base on base. We had this nice solid 5-week flat base in Inogen. We broke out of that on good volume and then immediately went into this 3 weeks tight pattern. A break above this 34.60 area would be a buy, and I really like this stock. We've got accelerating earnings, we've got very solid sales growth. The problem with Inogen is that our average daily volume is 194,000 shares. That's well below the 400,000 threshold that we look for. And so the stock can have a tendency to be a little bit volatile. Next stock. Gilead Pharmaceuticals develops therapeutics to treat viral, fungal, respiratory, and cardiovascular diseases. Stock set up this nice trend line. A break above this trend line would be a good buy signal for aggressive traders. If we broke above that trend line and bought the stock, we want to set our stop 3 to 5% below the trend line. More conservative traders may want to wait for a break of the 107.77 area, and very conservative traders may want to wait for a break of the 116.83 area on heavy volume. Next, let's take a look at Facebook. Facebook provides a social networking platform enabling members to stay connected with friends and families via Facebook.com. I believe everybody knows what Facebook is. The stock has been setting up this consolidation area around the 82.17 range. I thought we were going to put in a cup and handle base. We tried to put in a little handle here, but we didn't put in enough time to put in a proper handle. We may be trying to put in another handle right here. But for right now, we're calling our buy point on Facebook any break above 82.17 on heavy volume. Next, let's take a look at Old Dominion Freight Lines. Old Dominion Freight Lines provides less than truckload interregional and national motor carrier services throughout the United States. We're watching Old Dominion, see if we put in a cup and handle base here. If this handle doesn't develop, then our buy point is 81.48. I would look for a break above 81.48 on heavy volume to pick up some Old Dominion. I really like this one, Alaska Airlines. Alaska Airlines provides airline passenger transportation via its Alaska Airlines and Horizon Airlines subsidiary. Alaska Airlines is working on this 5-week flat base. It's setting up actually very nicely. But Alaska Airlines has pulled back to this 50-day moving average. It's held the 50-day moving average. Aggressive traders can buy it right here. Set your stop 3 to 5% below that 50-day moving average line. This is Spirit Airlines. We're going to pull this one out a little bit and take a look at the base structure in Spirit Airlines. Spirit Airlines provides point-to-point low-fare airline service to and from North America, the Caribbean, and Latin America. You can see right here that we set up a nice flat fifth stage base in Spirit Airlines. Fifth stage base is generally not a very good place to buy a stock, and we get concerned about a breakdown in the stock. You see that back in September, the stock broke down below the low point of this fifth stage base, which resets our base count to first stage. We broke out of that area, we've pulled back, consolidated, and we're putting in a second stage base, a consolidation right here. There are two ways to buy Spirit Airlines. The first is on a breakout above this 85.35 area. Second would be a pullback to this trend line support area. I would feel very comfortable buying that trend line if the stock was to pull back to that area. Our next stock is FleetCor Technologies. FleetCor Technologies is a global provider of specialized payment products and services for commercial fleets, oil companies, and petroleum marketers. FleetCor also put in a third stage base right here back in the summer of 2014. The stock broke out of that third stage base, struggled a little bit, came up, made a new high, and then pulled back, undercutting that base. That sets up a first stage base for us, a consolidation. I don't really like that first stage base pattern because we have if you notice, a V formation there. V formations typically are very weak formations. You want to see a more rounded bottom in your base. We broke out of that base and then broke down again, setting up this second stage base. I like this second stage base much better. You have a much more rounded bottoming formation in this base. We have a 160.40 buy point for this base, although we are setting up a handle, and aggressive traders could buy off of this high right here. LinkedIn provides a social networking platform enabling members to share their professional identity online via LinkedIn.com. The stock gapped on earnings about 2 weeks ago. It's setting up a 3 weeks tight base here. I really like this stock because we've seen some wonderful accumulation in it recently. You see all of this skyscraper volume right here. Skyscraper volume, skyscraper volume. See that skyscraper volume in blue? That's good stuff. Stock gapped out, got a little bit ahead of itself, setting up a 3 weeks tight formation with a buy point of 72, with a buy point of 274.19. Endurance International Group provides cloud-based solutions designed to help small business establish, manage, and grow their firms. The stock broke out of this cup-shaped base at $19.09. It broke down, fell back below that entry point, which provides us a second chance to get into Endurance here. I would buy on a move above 1990 for aggressive traders. Again, we have the skyscraper volume in Endurance. You have big volume, big volume, big volume, big volume. This is a sign of this skyscraper volume is a sign of institutional accumulation. It's the institutions that we're trying to identify. We're trying to get out ahead of them. And Endurance is a pretty good looking stock right in this area. If you want to talk about any of the stocks we've mentioned or about the markets or trading strategies, please feel free to give me a call. Drop me an email, or if you'd prefer, make an appointment. Come by the office, see what we're up to. If you're out of the area, we can set up a Skype session. See my contact information on the home page. If you've not already done so, please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. Finally, our lawyers and compliance director would be ever so pleased if you would stay tuned for the following disclaimers. Again, my name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohanneson Liqueurs, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources, except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohanneson Liqueurs, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries, and/or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push Button Stock Trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push Button Stock Trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push Button Stock Trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of Push Button Stock Trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of Push Button Stock Trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.